We're skipping.
Hello Hornets, and welcome to the final episode of Bgsn for the semester. I'm Bree.
And I'm Mark. Today we will see pieces on graduation, Congress, as well as a few profiles. Do you know what it means to be an early graduate? Well, here's Courtney with more information.
Early graduation is when a student graduates before the first full 4 years is over. Some students can graduate just after 3 years of high school, but most early graduates will graduate after the first semester of their senior year. I caught up with Miss Matthews and asked if it was recommended for students to graduate early.
I think that it depends. Generally, I think that we counselors would not recommend students to graduate early. I usually talk to a student individually who is interested in that and try to find out what their goal would be in trying to graduate early. So if there's a real life need to finish early, that's generally a good case. If a student wants to go to college, that's usually not a good idea to graduate early, because colleges would really rather, and they tell us counselors, would really rather see students spend a full 4 years taking classes to prepare them for taking classes in college.
In order to graduate early, you have to make your decision by the spring of your junior year. Also, you have to keep in mind that you will have to take English 12B over the summer.
Once you choose to do that, you really can't go back. It's very difficult to pick classes. If you decide, no, never mind, now I don't want to graduate early, then second semester of senior year, it's tough to find classes to take because you planned your schedule for only one semester.
From Beech Grove High School, I'm Courtney McFarland for Beech Grove Student News.
Cross has come up with a new workout for his students to get them better, faster, and stronger. Tiana went out and got a further look.
Coach Cross, wanting nothing but the best for Beech Grove High School student athletes, started a new workout program. I went in and got a further look on this new workout.
We started a new workout because I thought we were getting a little bit complacent as far as with our athletes. We need to make sure that we are improving, getting bigger, faster, stronger, and being able to compete at a higher level.
Adding in multiple heavyweight sets, Cross is putting everyone in his weightlifting class to work. I spoke with junior Carla Gaspar on her opinion on this new permanent workout.
Cross's new weight training program has advanced because he wants us to be stronger and be more athletic. And it is a lot harder. He is pushing us to get more gains.
Coach Cross hopes with this new workout he can help our student athletes improve physically and emotionally in and out of their sports.
Warming those muscles up. All right, keep going. When we talk about squat jumps, we talk about make sure we're doing it correctly, right? Make sure we're getting all the way down to parallel, the heels on the floor, okay? Stretching those.
I spoke with student athlete Gavin Hess for his opinion on this new workout.
Oh, it's so hard. It makes my body ache so bad. Every single day my body just cries because it's so hard. We have to do 4 sets of 10 of like heavy weight, and then we have to do 2 sets of 8 of even heavier weight, and it just makes my body hurt so bad all the time. That's all I gotta say. It's so hard.
While Cross's class is full of hard work, sometimes there is some fun. From Beech Grove High School, I'm Tiana Baxter. Back to you guys.
Now here's Garrett with more about how Bgsn has changed over the semester.
Thank you, Bria. Bgsn has changed a lot throughout the semester. I interviewed a teacher and a student about how they thought the semester has gone.
Here at Bgsn, we have changed a lot throughout our semester. I would like to think it was for the better, while others might think the opposite. We have been able to grow a relationship with one another, and we have been able to work together to make the best show that we can. There are good segments that have been added, like Jake's Complaints and Fellows. Or John with his segment, Dance with the Fans.
Dance with the Fans once again.
There are things that happen throughout the show. that people aren't able to see, maybe it's behind the camera during a played video, but we are always constantly talking to each other to make sure everything happens correctly throughout the live stream. Well, usually.
Andy, stop.
Someone read it. Read it. Someone.
If you need any more information.
Even though we have mess-ups every now and then, we still put up a show with new content every day. We are constantly working on stories and videos so we can inform our students at Beech Grove High School. The students at Bgsn are great workers with great personalities, and some of these workers have a great talent in working on the spot.
Events happening before and after school. That was our story on band with Aaron Sellers.
While others aren't so good.
Support them with JV at 5:30 and varsity following. And don't forget about the football game Friday night.
Students, don't forget.
I've always wondered what we could do at Bgsn that could be for the better. Here's Ms. Fangman, who is a daily Bgsn watcher, on her opinion.
I think that we could maybe incorporate some more world news. I really like the sports, and I think it's a really great avenue for kids to know about what's going on around the school. But I would also like to kind of educate some kids on different things that are happening in the world.
Another Bgsn watcher, Jeremiah Price, watches Bgsn every other day. Here are some of his feelings towards it.
I'm not that much of a fan of BGS, and I do appreciate that you guys do it. It's nice that it's there. I'd try to make it to where, like, the news actors, they seem a little stiff a lot of the times, so I'd try to make them a little more comfortable. It's kind of awkward just seeing them there and then just being really stiff.
Sometimes people aren't able to keep a straight face while they are on air. This has happened a couple times while on air. Here are a couple of those clips.
Sunny with a high of 78 and a low of 56. Thursday will be partly cloudy with a high of 75 and a low of 53.
Hello, Hornets. This week is going to be very chilly, starting out today with a high of 42 and a low of 27. I have a high of 35 and a low of 23. That's it.
Had a great semester here at Bgsn, and hopefully we can get even better ones. I'm Garrett. Back to you guys.
Recently, Congresses came together to pass a new educational idea, and Olivia Bricker went out to find out some students' opinions.
All right, so recently Congress has passed a new rule, basically, that 14-year-olds in school need to choose a pathway to follow a certain career or workforce or college idea. And basically what's in this little form is you either have to get a job and have to work a minimum of certain hours, you have to get an internship, and you have to learn different things in different ways. And a lot of people don't realize that doing this new pathways is causing us to limit our time in extracurricular activities such as theater.
My cell phone totally doesn't work in here.
Choir. I decided that I really want to know what the students think about how this could impact them.
I feel like it's a good thought, but it's not thought out that through, because teens our age won't be that mature.
Do you think that this is going to fall through?
I do. It's good in theory, and I understand why Congress would try to pass something like this, because not a lot of teens know which direction in life that they want to go in when they graduate high school. However, at the age of 14, being a freshman, I don't believe that they're ready for that choice.
I feel like the students will react badly towards it because they don't want to have to decide that early age, and if they do decide, they're going to make the wrong choices for life, because what they choose may not English, please. They may not want to go into that career if they choose that career and may want to do something else.
We'll see how the class of 2023 handles this. From Beech Grove High School, I'm Olivia Bricker for Bgsn.
If you're looking for a way to de-stress during finals, I have just the answer. This year for finals, Miss Thomas and Miss Shively planned something a little special and different. They decided to organize something that will help you distress during finals week. Here's Miss Thomas to tell us more.
And so the finals de-stressing week is something that I've wanted to personally come up with for a long time. This year I was finally able to get the help of Mrs. Shively and Mrs. Thompson, so we all sat down and just kind of logistically came up with some activities that we can put on for students and how it would work with timing and scheduling of teachers and students. So a lot of the things that we are going to be practicing during the activities are things like mindfulness stretching, and so that's actually just being present and bringing awareness to what you're thinking and feeling, and so it helps students not to be overwhelmed with what's going on around them in such a stressful time as finals week and the holidays. It presents overwhelming emotions, especially for a lot of students. So just being a part of doing yoga and creating your own stress ball and just learning ways to cope with situations and feelings, I think it benefits students and teachers who participate. And so I sent out a forum last Friday, so students were able to say that they were interested in what specific activities, and after you signed up by completing the forum, you will get a pass, or you'll be able to come down to I Succeed when we have those specific activities.
Here's a better look at what actually happened during these activities.
So inhaling, lifting the spine, and then exhale, letting the right ear come down to the right shoulder.
As you breathe out slowly, allowing your eyes to close. Allow your breathing to settle into a natural rhythm without feeling like you need to control the breath. Just allowing the breath to guide you instead of you guiding the breath.
Afterwards, I caught up with a few students to tell us what they thought.
How did this benefit you guys?
It was real cool just to get our minds off of finals, and it was kind of like just de-stress and get us ready for this next final coming up.
I thought that it was just a good little stress reliever. Easy like to just get our mind off of finals because not looking too hot for me.
Same what they said. It just helped me keep my mind off the finals.
Okay.
Can't take that.
Did you see yourselves doing this again?
For sure, it's real fun. You gotta have friends here that make it more enjoyable, and it just helps you get ready for this weekend coming up and help you just be more prepared for your finals.
Yeah, I'll definitely be here because it's like really fun to just like distress, I guess, and it's cool. I'm coming back.
I'm coming back too.
Miss Thomas said that she is eager to plan even more exciting events for next semester, so be sure to stop by. From BGHS, I'm Brianna for Bgsn.
Now here's Jacob with more about the drama department.
Thank you, Mark. I went behind the scenes of the drama department to highlight the parts of the theater that you normally don't get to see.
I am the choir director, auditorium director, and an assistant band director here at Beech Grove High School.
Okay. So how do you feel about stagecraft?
This year has posed some unique challenges. I have pushed more towards the team building aspect of it, and having students trying to figure out, you know, how to work together is a big part of what we do. And so navigating that has been interesting at best sometimes this year. But overall, the class has been very productive. We have run a full play, a Nutcracker ballet, and several other events, and we just today converted to start preparing for next semester as well.
All right, lowering lecture 2. Tell me when, Isaiah. Isaiah, tell me when.
I'm Isaiah Doss, and I am a stagecraft veteran. It's a good experience if you're trying to be a roadie or like a stagehand, or we have a lot of live performance tech. It's a lot more than just plays, actually. We do like stuff for the Nutcracker. We have a couple of events come through. It's a good time. It's fun. It's a learning experience for this, the side of performing arts you don't really get to see. Well, our goal is to not be seen because you want to be invested in the performance you're watching.
It's a unique class. It is very skill-based, lots of problem solving, trying to rely on your own resources to be able to navigate issues that might arise, figuring out what tool is appropriate, what kind of tape is appropriate, and just any kind of little issue that you can resolve on your own before having to come and ask.
So as a teacher, what's different about this class? What things would you say is different than a typical classroom, or even your other classes?
So in comparison to a typical academic classroom such as history, science, math, things like that, it's a lot of work-based and skill-based assessment. So while those things are present, that is the constant basis. The content area here is more driven by the performance. So whereas you have a paper test and it's a lot of written material in other courses, this is very much like a lab or a band or choir performance. There is a given time that we work toward, one goal, one product, and at the end of that we see how successful or unsuccessful we were. Mostly it is driven by the individual's amount of work ethic. We did have a portion of our final exam this year that was based around the team of crew members. Yeah, we had the written stuff, what kind of stage grid do we have, what type of lighting elements do we have, things like that, the basic fundamental knowledge of the stagecraft class. But then the application of being handed a list of things that must be accomplished to prepare ourselves for the next upcoming performance, and figuring that out, how we're going to do those things together in the most time-efficient manner, definitely is dependent upon yourself and your ability to work with others and help to motivate them to do their best to accomplish the goal.
Should be. Yeah. Let's get a good sweep here.
This isn't regular.
The band at Beech Grove High School is one of the biggest programs we have. Here's Tristan with a story on one of its key members.
The Beech Grove Band has enjoyed plenty of success over the past several years, but none of that would be possible without their dedicated members. I spoke with Austin Money, a senior member of the band.
All of my friends were playing saxophone. It's the coolest looking instrument. My brother played baritone, so I didn't want to play any brass instrument. I wanted to be different, so it spoke out to me.
So you've been one of the better players here. I think a lot of people know that. How did you manage to do that?
I had a lot of good role models to teach me the way to play. My father and mother were both very involved in their high school music programs. I've always liked the sound of saxophone. I used to listen to a lot of recordings, and I would practice with those recordings when I was younger. A lot of practice time contributes to how well you play.
So would you say that that's what set you apart and why everyone else has been sort of below you since then?
Yeah, being able to find a good sound is what a lot of people have issues with in high school. When you're surrounded by people who are just starting the instrument, it's really difficult to grasp what your goal is, like where you want to go with your sound. Yeah, practice time and understanding what to listen for is what set me apart.
So for all 4 years in high school, you've had a solo in the marching band show in the fall. What's that been like? Like what has that said about you?
It just shows that I know how to play musically. I haven't always been one of the best players, but understanding what people like to hear is really good. So playing in the marching band shows, being able to emote through music is a really cool experience. Just like last year, being able to play Chandelier in Lucas Oil Stadium, probably one of the best memories of my life, just because I know how to make a sound through my instrument that people want to hear.
So some people in the past, maybe who were seniors or whoever before when you were a little younger, they maybe resented you a little bit for that? Were they jealous? Because not everyone has always liked you from what I gather, and for whatever reason. So what could you say about that?
So what is one thing that you're good at, do you consider?
I am good at playing games.
Okay, so when you're on like Call of Duty or Rainbow or whatever, and you are playing against a player who has obviously logged more time in that video game than you, do you just think, oh, they are the most awesome person ever, I wish I could be them, or do you think, wow, they suck, like they didn't deserve that?
Right.
It's usually the second option. So when I came up in 8th grade with the seniors above me playing at the same level that I was, and the reason why is because I just logged more time on the horn. People will resent you if you hold a higher status than them, no matter what you go in life. If you have a better car, if you have a better home, if you have better clothes, they're always going to look down on you for that and think, why can't I have those things? Well, you can't have those things because you don't work as hard as another person. For example, a saxophone player last year figured out that he didn't get any solos in the marching band show out of 3. And he resented me for that, threw his instrument in his case, and was very upset. And what can you say to a kid like that? You didn't put in that time. You didn't properly prepare yourself for the situation that you were in. And that's why you weren't rewarded. You're going to be rewarded for your hard work in every situation in life, and nobody's out to get you, and you just need to work hard and push yourself.
So would you say that you have a better relationship with people now in general than
Yes,
you did
definitely.
in the past?
I mean, nobody wants to be friends with an arrogant. If I started to care about others' feelings more, understand what other point of views are, it just made me an overall better person. I started to care what it's like to be in a worse situation, and now I can relate and I can better other people with that knowledge.
One of our most important crew members on the BGSN is our executive producer, Courtney McFarland. Here's Cody on what she does and why she will be leaving us after break.
One person you may not see very often is Courtney McFarland. I caught up with her to see what her role is in making sure the show goes live every day.
I create the rundown. I give each student their specific jobs depending on what they're good at. I correct their packages and I proof their packages before they turn it in. And then I also run the prompter during the show so I can fix mistakes throughout the show.
I asked Olivia Bricker on how her and Courtney work together to make sure the show comes out right and that nothing goes wrong.
Well, she's the producer of everything that I do, and I kind of just follow what she says. So I'm the anchor, I'm normally the one that's on screen, and she's the one that's like, say this, do this. That's kind of how we work.
Sadly, Courtney will not be joining us next semester due to her graduating early. I caught up with her on why and how she is graduating early.
I took all of my required classes a little bit early. I took a few classes on summer school. I also took less electives so I could take my required classes early. and I just kind of doubled up on a lot of my classes.
Someone that will especially miss Courtney is Olivia Bricker. They have been best friends for the past 10 years. I talked to her on how she feels about Courtney graduating early and not being here next semester.
I think I'm really going to miss not being able to just text her and go to her classroom and talk to her for a minute and, like, you know, just seeing her every day. It's going to be different.
From Beech Grove High School, I'm Coach Sarah with Bgsn.
That's all for today's episode.
I'm Mark, and I'm Mark. Be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel and click the bell icon so you can get notified every time we go live.
Thanks for watching. Have a wonderful winter break, everyone.
Happy holidays.
I'm Mark, and I'm Mark.